The Nagaland Sepaktakraw team has made the state proud by winning 1 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze medals at the ongoing 7th edition of the Khelo India Youth Games 2025 in Patna, Bihar. The Nagaland Football Association (NFA) has issued a directive cautioning against participation in unauthorized and unregistered football tournaments in the state, citing guidelines from the All India Football Federation (AIFF). The Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee (NPCC) has called off its proposed agitation after the state government expressed regret over issuing a transfer and posting notification on April 13, 2025, which coincided with Palm Sunday. The Chakesang Students Union (CSU) has announced an indefinite blockade on National Highway 29, specifically targeting the Chakabama-Kirkuma Package 11 stretch effective 6 a.m. on May 12, 2025. In a major crackdown, the Indian Army and Assam Rifles, along with Manipur Police and Central Forces, carried out joint operation across 6 districts of Manipur between May 5th and 12th. Hello viewers, you are watching Nltv English Primetime. This is Shamita Singha. Here is the news in details. The Nagaland Sepaktakraw team has made the state proud by winning 1 gold, 1 silver and 2 bronze medals at the ongoing 7th edition of the Khelo India Youth Games 2025 in Patna, Bihar. The women's team, comprising Vikhosano, Meyuno and Thujono, clinched the gold medal in the double event, while the men's team won a silver medal in the regu event. Additionally, the men's squad team and the men's team event each earned a bronze medal. The team, consisting of 18 players led by Mr. Creo and Mr. Nikha, received a warm welcome at Dimapur Airport on May 11 from well-wishers and family members. We have a detailed report with our reporter Niboli. Let's have a look.
First of all, thank you very much. Thank you to our sports department, governments of Nagaland, and also thankful to the media persons, well-wishers who are welcoming us in a very honor way. Ami khan iman khushi paise. Ami khan la especially this time Khelo India Youth Game de Sepaktakraw de khelia do. Ami khan gold medal ekta, maiki khan double events te paise. Our silver medal ekta, mota khan regu event te paise. Aro quad event, aro team event de mota khan bronze medal ekta paise. Aro this time first time ami khan record banaise Manipur state ke kitia bi Sepaktakraw de ta khan ke beat koribole na parado ami khan la mota khan bra Manipur state ke bi beat korise. Aro this Khelo India do hole ami khan kare beshi important ase. Itu Khelo India governments of India youth department of governments of India bar organize kori ase. Yate bara talented players khan identified koribo. Korigine in every discipline 1,000 players select korigine tate bara ta khan ge financially aro ta khan laga training ki khan bi sob government of India bara ta khan ge modot koribole ase. To ami khan especially Nagaland bara ami khan Nagaland state represent kora do hole itia so far ami khan la Sepaktakraw bara he itia medal 4ta pai gine ase. So ami khan bishi khushi paise. Especially we have media person khan ke special thanks dia ase. This is the way how to encourage our players to go for better achievement. So here is our my assistant coach Miss Pulenonika. She is all the way from coming from Patna and looking after all our players who won the medal, gold medal, silver and bronze this time.
Chutu dangor bacha milai ne to headed ase, but still then mohan Nagaland team as a Nagaland team gune jagine khili ne mehnat kurise ina wine tahami mehnat kurise. Now we did our best, we give our best. Ina wine Nagaland la number khili ase abni mon dangor kribi ina wine khiliwi Nagaland la number khilibo ina wine medal lo pado paisi mohan 4ta events khilise 4ta de pada ekdom success ase mohan itu mon khushi ase.
so far, itia kiman jon select hoise na jane. Will be is very hopeful that our Nagaland state also will get some selection among the India Sepaktakraw team. So I hope our players also will get the benefit for this Khelo India scheme. আমি খান ইমান ডাঙৰ হোপ কৰি আছে আমি খান ইটো বাৰ extraordinary একটা থাকা হলে আমি খান লগতে psychologists from our sports department আমি খান লগতে আছে আৰু physiotherapists ইটো বি আমি খান লগতে staff হৈ কিনে আমি খান লগতে whole tournament তাইখান আমি খান লগতে থাকিছে আমি খান কে support কৰিছে any injuries কিবা কিবি হলি তাইখান bara ফাট চাই লৈছে আৰু same time psychologists bara বি আমি খান কে players খান কি বি বেছি encouragement দিছে. So we got a lot of benefit for this also. Tai 13 years as it ya. Tai do substitute thagise. Holi bi tai jado hole tai ekdom bishi experience hoise. For the future, these are our future players. So tai khani man dangor khelde jaigini manuke sado tai bishi encouragement paise aru tai piche de ball player ekta hobole babi asa ami kan. Now it has been participated so many times in the international also our Sepaktakraw players. They represented our country in Asian Games 4 consecutive times. And also we participate in the Kings Cup, which is the biggest tournament in the world. So we are participating in that one also. And our players are very oftenly selecting for these international tournaments also. Also, after this, we are going for the Khelo India Youth Beach Game in Sepaktakraw, which will be held in Diu by this month, starting from 19th of this month to 24th of this month. So we are ready for that also, and our players are preparing for that also. আমি খান ইটো কাৰণে আমি খান গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট লগতে বি এনে প্ৰপ'জেল বি দিয়া আছে আৰু তাইখান লগতে ৰিকুৱেষ্ট কৰি আছে দে আৰ ভেৰি মাছ এৱেৰ তাইখান বনাই দিব কৈ কিনে আছে হয় Sepaktakraw গেমটো হ'লে ইট ইজ এন ইনডোৰ গেম হ'লে বি আমি খান আপুনি কোৱা নিচিনা এতিয়া টকটো হ'লে আমি খান অ'পেন এয়াৰ পৰা এনে খেলি আছে তাতে আমি খান লগা দুখ পাওঁটো হ'লে পানী পৰিয়া টাইমতে একদম চানি হোৱা টাইমতে হাৱা বেছি মাৰিয়া টাইমতে দিগদাৰ হৈ যায় আৰু আমি খান এতিয়া যাই কিনে মানুহ লগা ইনডোৰ ষ্টেডিয়ামতে খেলিব মেটতে খেলিব লাইটতে খেলিব
The Nagaland Football Association (NFA) has issued a directive cautioning against participation in unauthorized and unregistered football tournaments in the state, citing guidelines from the All India Football Federation (AIFF). In a bid to streamline football management and administration, the NFA has emphasized strict compliance with AIFF regulation during the 2025 to 2026 season. Key directive includes prohibiting AIFF registered players, coaches and referees from participating in unauthorized tournaments and requiring organization to obtain permission from state and district associations before conducting tournaments. The NFA has also outlined conditions for tournament registration, including participation of registered clubs and players, licensed referees and adequate security measures for players and officials. The Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee (NPCC) has called off its proposed agitation after the state government expressed regret over issuing a transfer and posting notification on April 13, 2025, which coincided with Palm Sunday, a significant day for Christians worldwide. The NPCC acknowledged the government's apology but emphasized that such lapses demonstrate a serious lack of awareness and sensitivity towards Nagaland's religious and cultural sentiments. The party has urged the government to be more considerate in the future and avoid issuing official notification on days of religious importance, including Sundays. The Chakesang Students Union (CSU) has announced an indefinite blockade on National Highway 29, specifically targeting the Chakhabama-Kirkruma Package 2 stretch, effective 6 a.m. on May 12, 2025. The blockade halts movement of NHIDCL officials, contractor Ms. Ratna Infrastructure Project Private Limited, and all government-registered vehicles. The decision follows the NHIDCL and contractors' failure to meet commitments despite a 6-month time frame. October 16, 2024 to May 11, 2025, and an ultimatum issued on May 2, 2025. The CSU held a peaceful protest on May 10, 2025, but deemed the response for NHIDCL and Ms. Ratna as appalling and irresponsible. The United Sanctum Students' Conference USSC has extended support to the CSU's protest, highlighting the road's importance for residents of Kifiri district and the Chakisang community. The Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP and Congress in Manipur have expressed deep sorrow over the death of BSF Constable Deepak Chingchakham, who succumbed to injuries sustained during cross-border firing initiated by Pakistan in Jammu's RS Pura sector on May 10. Chingchakham, a proud son of Manipur, was one of 8 BSF personnel injured in the shelling and passed away on May 11, making the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. BJP Manipur President Aditya Karimayum Sharda Devi and Congress State President Kisham Megha Chandra extended condolences to Chingchakham family, lauding his bravery and commitment. The Border Security Force BSF also paid tribute, confirming another soldier, Sub-Inspector Mohammad Imtiaz, died in the same incident. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has lauded the Indian Armed Forces and Prime Minister Narendra Modi for their historic and decisive military response against terrorism, emanating from across the border. Sharma praised the Prime Minister's firm stance on counter-terrorism, saying he sent a strong message to the world that India will eliminate terrorists wherever they hide. The Chief Minister highlighted the scale and precision of the operation, noting that India used missiles to eliminate over 100 terrorists in another country, a feat never achieved before. Sharma warned that if Pakistan violates the ceasefire, India forces will respond strongly, reinforcing India's zero-tolerance policy against terrorism. Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha stated that despite the ceasefire between India and Pakistan, India's fight against terrorism will remain intact. Saha noted that although Pakistan launched attacks after the ceasefire, they have been since withdrawn. He emphasized the state's government is prepared and working under the central government's directions, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Saha mentioned a meeting with security agencies where he instructed personnel to ensure coordination and maintain strict vigil along the international border. The Chief Minister's comment come after India's recent military operation, Operation Synindhur, which targeted terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir in response to the April 22 Pahalgam terror attack. In a major crackdown, the Indian Army and Assam Rifles, along with Manipur Police and Central Forces, carried out joint operation across 6 districts of Manipur between May 5th and May 12th. Security forces apprehended 17 cadres from various band groups and recovered 17 weapons, 17 IEDs, grenades, and large quantities of ammunition and warlike stores. Key recoveries were made in Imphal, West, Chandel, Tengnupal, and Senapati, including AK rifles, pistols, and explosives. This operation underlined the forces' strong resolve to restore peace and stability in the region. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma attributed the BJP's sweeping victory in the state's Panchayat election to effective party leadership, strategic coordination, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's enduring popularity. Sharma credited State BJP President Dilip Saikia's leadership and the collective effort of union ministers, MLAs, state ministers, and party leaders in securing the massive win. He also thanked key leaders like Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal and BJP National Secretary Kamakhya Prasad Tasa for their contributions. According to Sharma, the people of Assam support from the BJP stems from the faith in the party's vision and PM Modi's love for the state, which inspired a resounding victory. Villagers in Ward number 11 of Tripura's Guwahati district municipality has expressed their frustration over the subpar road work being carried out by contractor Ashish Modak in Officetila, NPC Para and Ghosh Para. The villagers allege that the contractor is not adhering to the Public Works Department's guidelines, particularly with regards to the amount of cement being used. The residents have demanded better quality road work and threatened to approach the PWD officer if the contractor continues to work, according to his own preferences rather than the following the prescribed standards. Several youths from Arunachal Pradesh who joined the United Tani Army UTA for armed training in Myanmar were allegedly deceived by recruiters, facing forced deployment in the conflict-ridden Sikkim region of the fight for the junta army. One such youth, referred to as X, was lured by recruiter Tana Hasi with promises of a better future amidst economic hardship and unemployment. X was taken to a training facility reportedly operated by NSC and IM faction under Aboslom Rokwang's leadership, who has the ties with UTA chairman Anthony Doke and was charges sheeted by the National Investigation Agency for the 2019 Khonsa massacre. After managing to escape, X trekked through dense jungle for 7 days before reaching safety in Manipur's Ukhrul district and is now cooperating with security agencies, expressing regret over his involvement with the UTA. The Sikkim government, in collaboration with the State's Press Club, is set to commemorate 50 years of Sikkim statehood with the Sikkim at 50 Golden Jubilee Conclave 1975 to 2025 at Adampul in Gangtok. Organized by the Information and Public Relations Department and the Press Club, the conclave will feature distinguished personalities reflecting on Sikkim's journey over the past 50 years and offering perspectives on its future. The event aims to showcase the state's key achievements, explore emerging investment opportunities, and highlight the development of the fourth pillar of democracy. Given Sikkim's strategic location and the growing significance of geopolitics, this event comes at a crucial time, providing a platform for discussion and growth. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma has appealed to Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan to urgently intervene in the allocation of Common University Entrance Test CUET 2025 examination center outside the state, which is causing significant distress among students. Despite the state's education department's request to the National Testing Agency NTA for in-state centers, students who chose Shillong as their preferred location has been assigned to far-off centers in Jorhat, Dibrugarh, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Kolkata, resulting in undue burden and financial strain of students, and especially those from economically weaker sections. Sangma has requested Pradhan to direct NTA to review and relocate CUET centers for Meghalaya candidates within the state or consider postponing the examination until adequate infrastructure is ensured. Viewers will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching Nltv English Primetime. Manipur security forces has intensified operation against the militant elements and extortion networks, resulting in key arrests and heightened security measures. Recently, 2 active cadres of the proscribed outfit KCP PWG were arrested. Mr. Rabi Singh alias Nangba, 46, for Imphal East District for extorting money from oil pumps, and Buyamayum Arif Khan, 30, from Thubal District for large-scale extortion targeting the public and commercial establishments. Mobile phones and SIM cards were seized from the arrest. In the separate operation, Manipur police recovered 2 stolen vehicles and removed tinted glasses from 48 vehicles for security compliance. The police also conducted search operations, area domination exercises, and ensured the safe movement of 398 vehicles carrying essential commodities along NH2 under strict security measures, with 109 checkpoints set up across the state. The Guwahati Railway Police seized approximately 22.5 kilograms of suspected cannabis during a search operation on the New Delhi Rajdhani Express at Guwahati Railway Station. Acting on intelligence input, police conducted a routine check in coach number B4 of train number 12423DN and apprehended 2 drug peddlers, Rohit Kumar Mishra and Manish Yadav, residents of Buxar district, Bihar. The suspects were found in possession of 20 packets of the contraband substance. The seized substance have been sent for forensic examination and legal proceedings have been initiated against the accused under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances (NDPS) Act. 5 Bangladeshi nationals, including a 1-year-old child, were arrested by police in Tripura's Kaila Shahar subdivision for illegally crossing the India-Bangladesh international border. The arrested individuals, identified as Sheikh Mohammad Rubel, Dulal Mia, Asma Begum, Champu Deb, and the child, hail from the Molbi Bazar district in Bangladesh. Acting on a tip-off, police from the Irani police station detained 3 of the nationals on May 9. Who later revealed the whereabouts of the other 2, leading to their arrest in Machmara. The Kailashahar court has sent all 5 into judicial custody until May 22.
On the night of 9th May 2025, on basis on a tip-off, we, the police of Irani police station, have conducted a specific raid at Hachora. Information was that there were some Bangladeshi people hiding in that area. So on that put, we have conducted a raid in the night time, in the late night, and then accordingly we have arrested 3 Bangladeshi persons. The name of the 3 Bangladeshi persons are as Sheikh Mohammad Rubel, Dulal Mia, and MST Asma Begum. And then we brought all 3 of them to the police station. Basing on their preliminary interrogation report, we have detained another 2 persons. They are both Bangladeshi. They were hiding themselves in Machmara under Pajartal police station, and we have arrested 2 persons from that area. The arrested person, namely Dulal Mia and Champu Dev. All 5 of them has been forwarded before the learned court of Kailashahar on the 10th, and then honorable court has.
A devastating head-on collision between an ambulance TRO1H23368 and a car TRO1BF0286 near Parimal Chaumani Bridge in Tripura Sepahijla district resulted in the death of 2 family members. The accident occurred when the family returning home from Udaipur Karka Bran in Guwahati district collided with the ambulance on National Highway. Narayan Bhaumik, a 75-year-old grocer from Madhyapara area near Cherlam Gramin Bank, died on the spot, while his 11-month-old grandson Adrik Bhaumik succumbed to injuries at Agartala GBP Hospital. 3 others, including Dolly Rani Bhaumik, Sangita Bhaumik, and Pintu Bhaumik, were seriously injured and are undergoing treatment. The Bishramganj police station and fire department personnel responded promptly, rescuing the injured and clearing the traffic jam. The mortal remains of BSF Sub-Inspector Mohammad Imtiaz, who was killed in Pakistani firing in J&K's Arespura sector, reached Patna today. A guard of honor and wreath-laying ceremony were held at the airport before his body was taken to his native village in Saran for last rites with full state honors. Leaders including Tejashwi Yadav and BJP State President Dilip Jaiswal were present to pay their respects. Imtiaz's son Imran Raza said he was proud of his father's sacrifice and urged the government to ensure no more families suffer such losses. The Communist Party of India Marxist or CPIM has expressed skepticism over US President Donald Trump's involvement in mediating a ceasefire between India and Pakistan. CPIM All India General Secretary Mariam Alexander Baby questioned why a third party like Trump would interfere in bilateral matters between neighboring countries, especially given his repeated tweets about resolving the Jammu and Kashmir issue. Trump's mediation led to a ceasefire agreement on May 10, with both countries agreeing to halt the military actions. The agreement also included plans for future talks on a broad set of issues at a neutral site. Tensions between India and Pakistan have eased, with the region along the international borders IB remaining peaceful on the night of May 11 and May 12. According to the army, there were no reported incidents of ceasefire violations. The calm follows recent cross-border firing, heavy artillery shelling and drone attacks by Pakistan in response to India's Operation Synindhur, launched on May 7. The operation targeted 9 terror sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir (POK) in retaliation for the April 22 Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 people. India's armed force confirmed the destruction of these terror sites and inflicted significant damage on Pakistan's military capabilities. Lieutenant General Rajiv Khai stated that despite a ceasefire agreement proposed by Pakistan's DGMO, Pakistan violated the understanding a couple of hours later, prompting a robust response from India.
Food security, water security, strategic area. You know, we are having our neighbors, you all know, I need not explain. If we have to ensure safety of this country, we have to really serve through the satellite. We have to monitor the entire 7,500 kilometer seashore area, we have to monitor. And the entire northern part, we have to monitor continuously. Without satellite technology, without drone technology, we cannot achieve that. Today I am happy to inform that at least 10 satellites are continuously working, 24/7 working for the strategic purpose to ensure.
The Indian Air Force conducted coordinated precision strikes on at least 8 Pakistani military bases on May 10, causing significant damage to infrastructure and ground assets. The targeted bases included Rafiki, Murid, Chaklala, Rahim Yar Khan, Sukur, Chunian Parsur, and Sialkot, with satellite imagery confirming damage to radar installations, command and control centers, and ammunition depots. Advanced air-launched cruise missiles, likely BrahMos, were reportedly used in the strikes. Satellite images shared by Kawa Space and Mizas Visions showed direct hits on hangars at Bolari Air Base and Shahbaz Air Base, as well as damage to air traffic control buildings and runways at Sargodha Air Base and Nur Khan Air Base, a key military facility near Islamabad. Viewers will be back after a short break. Welcome back, viewers. You are watching Nltv English Primetime. The Indian Armed Forces launched Operation Synindhur on May 7, conducting precision strikes on 9 locations in Pakistani-administered Kashmir and Pakistan's Punjab province. The operation targeted militant groups Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, reportedly killing over 100 terrorists. Including high-value targets, the Indian Air Force used Rafale aircraft, Scalp missiles and AASM Hammer glide bombs in the strikes. However, Pakistan claimed the strikes targeted civilian areas, including mosques, resulting in 36 civilian casualties. Following the strikes, both countries exchanged drone and missile attacks, with India deploying kamikaze drones to dismantle Pakistani air defenses. The conflict escalated into a broader military engagement, with both sides claiming to have shot down each other's drones and fighter jets. On May 10, India and Pakistan agreed to cease all military actions.
Operation Synindhur was conceptualized with a clear military aim to punish the perpetrators and planners of terror and to destroy their terror infrastructure. What I do not state here, of course, is the often stated determination of India and its intolerance to terror. It set into motion a very diligent and microscopic scarring of the terror landscape across the borders and the identification of terror camps and training sites. There was also a term of reference and our own binding self-imposed restriction to target only terrorists and thus prevent collateral damage. There were 9 camps that you are now all familiar with, which were confirmed by our various intelligence agencies to be inhabited. Some of these were in POJK, while there were others that were located in the Punjab province in Pakistan. Nefarious places such as Muridke, the hub center of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, has over the years bred infamous characters such as Ajmal Kasab and the likes of David Headley. I have no doubt in my mind that we achieved total surprise, and those strikes across those 9 terror hubs left more than 100 terrorists killed, including high-value targets such as...
The Indian Air Force IAF has confirmed that Operation Synindhur, launched on May 7, 2025, has successfully of decimating terror camps in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Director General of Air Operation IAF Air Marshal A.K. Bharti stated that the operation had the desired effects on enemy targets, with the Indian military responding in a quick and calibrated manner after Indian military installations and civilian areas were targeted. The operation targeted 9 notorious terror camps, including Markaz Taiba and Lashkar-e-Taiba in Muridke and Markaz Subhan Allah on Jaish-e-Mohammed in Bahawalpur. Air Marshal Bharti emphasized that the response was directed only at military installation, avoiding civilian and collateral damage, and that all pilots involved in the operation are back home safely.
We carefully selected the targets, and out of the 9 selected targets, the target systems that were given to the Indian Air Force were the notorious training camps at Bahawalpur and Muridke. The objective was to address these two terrorist camps, and that we did with precision. And thereafter, we maintained a robust air defense posture, because remember, our objective was to target the terrorists and terrorist infrastructure, not any other infrastructure, not the Pakistani military, not the Pakistani any other infrastructure. In the evening of 7th of May, we were saturated with a raid of Pakistani unmanned aerial vehicles and small drones. And these came in waves in our civilian areas, over our military installations, and all of them were successfully intercepted. Few of them did manage to land. However, there was not much damage that they did. So, in a quick and calibrated response, that very night, we struck their radar installations at Lahore and close to Gujranwala, the LYT installation, to indicate to him that we are ready, yet we do not want to escalate. Our fight was with the terrorists and not with the Pakistani military establishment. And we had to exercise extreme caution, even at the cost of some tactical disadvantage, to ensure that there is no damage to any of the civilian aircraft. You know, we are in a combat scenario, and losses are a part of combat. The question that you must ask us, okay, and indeed that we must ask ourselves, you inclusive, is have we achieved our objectives? Have we achieved our objective of decimating that terrorist camp? And the answer is a thumping yes. And the results are for the...
In Jammu and Kashmir's Uri, residents are returning home from relief camps and after bomb squads cleared 6 villagers of unexploded shells from Pakistani firing. Uri MLA Sajjad Shafi confirmed that more areas will be cleared by evening and villagers will be sent back in phases. One returning resident expressed relief but also shared the pain of damaged homes, saying, "We want peace. Uri has suffered a lot. Thousands have been moved to safer zones following heavy shelling by Pakistani forces."
अभी पूरा एरिया क्लियर नहीं है जी। मेरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से बात हुई, एसएसपी साहब ने बम डिस्पोजेबल कार जो हैं वो वहाँ उड़ी भेज दिए हैं। 6 गांव जो हैं हमारे इस वक्त तक वो क्लियर हुए हैं जी, जिसमें ग्वालता है, गुहालन है, इस्लामाबाद है, कमलकोट है। कमलकोट मारिया का जो इलाका है वो सैनिटाइज हुआ है, उसके साथ हमारा इस्लामाबाद का सैनिटाइज हुआ है। तो वो जो इलाके जूं हो रहे हैं क्लियर, शाम तक और इलाके हो जाएंगे। जिन जिन इलाकों को क्लियर किया गया है उन्हीं इलाके के लोगों को जो है वो...
Former Indian Army Chief General Manoj Naravanne has defended the recent ceasefire between India and Pakistan, emphasizing that war is a serious business, not a romanticized Bollywood movie. Speaking at an event in Pune, Naravanne stated that while he would go to war if ordered, diplomacy would be his first choice, highlighting the trauma faced by people living in border areas, including children who has experienced shelling and nighttime shelter runs. Naravanne echoed Prime Minister Narendra Modi's sentiment that this is not the era of a war, stressing that violence should be a last resort. He advocated for resolving differences through dialogue, saying, "We are all equal stakeholders in national security. Violence is not the answer." This stance comes after India launched Operation Synindhur on May 7, targeting terrorist infrastructures in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, in response to the Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 people.
War is not romantic. It is not your Bollywood movie. It is very serious business. And war or violence should be the last thing that we should resort to. And which is why our Prime Minister had said that this is not an era of war. Although wars will be forced upon us by unwise people, but war should not be what you cheer for. Again, people are asking that why did we not go for all-out war? But as a military man, if ordered, I will go to war, but that will not be my first choice. My first choice will always be diplomacy. How to settle differences through dialogue and not let it reach the stage of armed conflict. We are all equal stakeholders in this very important thing called national security. And secondly, we should...
Google Cloud views India as a strategically significant market due to its massive consumer base and growing builder economy. VP and country MD Bikram Singh Bedi highlighted India's importance, citing its scale and role in building for the world. Google Cloud operates 2 cloud regions in India, serving diverse clients like HDFC, ICICI Bank and Flipkart, and has invested in subsea cable projects. Bedi emphasized India's high growth potential, driving the company's investments ahead of the curve.
That one drives by working with businesses that work with this large-scale economy. But I think there is a second market and a second dimension to India. And that market is about India is a builder's economy. India builds for the world. And at Google Cloud, we work very closely with a number of companies to build for the world. And hence, from your question, when you asked me, talk to us about the potential of the market, it clearly is a very important market for us and one of the fastest growing markets for Google Cloud.
Mr. Bedi, please take us through Google Cloud's current capacity and operations here in India. If you could name some of your clients here, what are the kind of investments that you have made here?
Absolutely. See, Again, given it's a high focus market for us, we've obviously made a number of investments. To start with, we have two regions. There is one in Mumbai and another one in Delhi. Both of these are certified by METI, which is from the government. We work with enterprise customers, we work with SMBs, we work with startups, digital native companies. So to name a few, if you were to look at the financial services place, we work with the likes of HDFC, Ergo, HDFC Group, ICICI Bank. If you look at healthcare, Apollo 24/7 and Manipur Hospitals. If you look at e-commerce, for example, retail, then we work with Flipkart and Meesho, Adani Group. As well as other Geo. If you look at telco, for example, Geo as well as Airtel. So across the board, if you look at different verticals, we've been working with customers, driving value and helping them drive innovation by using the Google Cloud technologies, including our generative AI technologies.
AI, let's talk about AI. AI is no longer a buzzword. It has become embedded into our lives, into our operations. With soaring AI adoption, how are cloud requirements changing and adapting, and how is Google Cloud adapting? Tell us about the Google Cloud AI stack that you mentioned.
Sure. So as customers are moving forward in their journey of AI, they are reimagining how they will build their technology stacks. See, what has worked in the past may not necessarily be the technology stack of the future. And clearly, as customers are choosing their technology stacks that they want to bank their business on, that they want to bet their future on, AI, data analytics, AI, these are going to be a key part of that stack. And that's where Google Cloud comes in with all the innovation that we've been driving. If you look at our cloud AI stack, there are 4 layers to that stack, as I spoke about it in the session just before this, starting from infrastructure, which is world class, which includes databases, onto our world class research and models, Vertex AI, which is our AI platform, and then of course the capability to build agents. So if you look at this 4-layered structure, this is clearly what we are offering to customers is the ability.
The Airport Authority of India (AAI) announced that civilian flight operations has resumed at 32 airports that were temporarily shut due to the military standoff between India and Pakistan. Following a ceasefire agreement between the two countries, the AAI declared the airports open for the operation with immediate effect. Travelers are advised to check flight status with airlines and monitor their websites for updates. Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport (IGIA) is currently operating smoothly, but some flight schedules are security checkpoint and processing times may be affected due to changing airspace conditions and increased security measures. Around 138 flights to and from Delhi Airport have been cancelled so far, including 100 on Sunday, as a precautionary measure amid the recent conflict between India and Pakistan. The airport authority has advised passengers to allow extra time for security checks and cooperate with airline and security personnel. At least 32 airports in northern and western India were temporarily shut due to the conflict, but Delhi Airport remains operational with enhanced security protocols. Passengers are urged to stay updated via official airline communication channels and arrive early for flights. Flight operations at Chandigarh Shahid Bhagat Singh International Airport resumed at 10:30 a.m. on May 12, 2025, following a ceasefire agreement between India and Pakistan. Both Chandigarh International Airport Limited (CHIAL) and Mohali Deputy Commissioner confirmed the resumption of normal civil flight operations. Passengers are advised to check with their respective airlines for updated schedules. The ceasefire comes after 4 days of intense cross-border drone and missile strikes between the two nations, with Director General of Military Operation (DGMO) level talks scheduled for the same day as the ceasefire announcement. Similar heightened security measures are in place at other airports, including Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport, where operations are currently smooth, but some flight schedules and security processing times may be affected. Heavy security was seen at Amritsar airport today as it reopened after a 4-day shutdown. The Airport Authority of India has resumed civilians' flight at 32 airports that were temporarily closed amid last week's military tensions between India and Pakistan. Flights were suspended from May 9 to 15 to key airports including Srinagar and Amritsar. The shutdown followed heightened security concerns, but tensions eased after both nations agreed on Saturday to halt all military actions by land, air and sea. FICCI IPR Committee Chairman Anil Rajput emphasizes the need to educate future generations about protecting intellectual property IP rights and benefiting from royalties. With the Indian government allocating Rs 1 lakh crore for research and development in the last union budget, Rajput believes India will create a vast amount of IP, making it crucial for future generations to understand how to safeguard their rights. World IP Day, promoted by the World Intellectual Property Organization WIPO, aims to promote innovation and creativity, highlighting the importance of protecting IP rights globally. As the economy shifts towards knowledge-based activities, countries owning intellectual property will drive economic growth, making IP protection vital for innovation.
See, World IP Day was promoted by WIPO many years ago. The main objective of this was to promote innovation and creativity. So we celebrate this day in this context so that we sensitize all stakeholders about protecting their innovation and rights going forward so that we benefit from this ecosystem that is created worldwide. As you know, countries used to be only dependent on the manufacturing and services sector. And it is the belief that going forward, the major source of economic activity will be to the countries which will be owning knowledge economy. When you have knowledge economy, that has to be protected. And IP is a protection for your whole innovations. In the last budget, Government of India has announced 1 lakh crore budget for research and development. Prime Minister has been talking about Startup India. When all these things come together over the years, India is going to create huge amount of IP. And therefore there is a need that we sensitize our future generation as to how they need to protect their rights.
Delhi Public Works Department Minister Parvesh Verma conducted an on-site inspection of the Barapulla Phase 3 project in New Delhi, announcing that the government aims to complete their long-delayed flyover by December. Verma stated that the project had faced significant delays due to pending payments and administrative hurdles under the previous AAP government. But work has picked up after the current government cleared the dues. The Barapulla Phase 3 corridor aims to provide signal-free travel between East Delhi, Mayur, Bihar 1 and AIIMS in South Delhi.
तो ये हमारा बारापुला फ्लाईओवर बहुत ही बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट है। यहाँ पे जो कंपनी काम कर रही है उसकी शिकायत थी कि उनको पेमेंट नहीं दे रहे हैं। तो पहले की जो सरकार थी उनको पेमेंट नहीं दे रही थी, मगर हमने उनको पेमेंट देना शुरू किया और आपने देखा होगा ये जब हम आए थे लास्ट टाइम में ये नहीं बना था और अभी ये स्ट्रेच पूरा कंप्लीट हो गया है। तो हमारा टारगेट है इसी साल में इसको शुरुआत करने के लिए। अभी जो है मई चल रहा है, तो हमारी कोशिश रहेगी कि दिसंबर तक हम इसको शुरू करें।
A man in a drunken state beat his 6-year-old son to death for refusing to give him water at a colony in Gurugram. Police arrested Sumant Kumar Singh, a native of Muzaffarnagar district in Bihar, from the Shakti Nagar area on Saturday. Police team reached the hospital to investigate. The boy was referred to PGIMS Rohtak for further treatment. Post-mortem revealed that the child died due to injuries on the head. The child's mother filed a complaint and the father of the boy has been arrested. During interrogation, Singh, who worked as a laborer, confessed that he had asked his son for water, and when he refused, the boy's head against the wall multiple times, leaving him critically injured.
गुरुग्राम पुलिस को एक इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली थी कि एक 6 वर्षीय बच्चा चोट लगने से सरकारी अस्पताल में दाखिल है, जिसके ऊपर गुरुग्राम पुलिस की टीम वहां पहुंची तो उनके द्वारा अस्पताल के द्वारा बच्चे को फर्दर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए रोहतक पीजी रेफर कर दिया गया था। लेटर ऑन एक इन्फॉर्मेशन वहां से मिली थी कि बच्चे की इलाज के दौरान मृत्यु हो गई है। इसके ऊपर सेक्टर 10 पुलिस स्टेशन की टीम के द्वारा वहां जाकर पता किया गया और जो फर्दर लीगल प्रोसीडिंग के तहत बच्चे का पोस्टमार्टम जब करवाया गया तो पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट में मालूम हुआ कि बच्चे की जो मौत है वो सर में कुछ चोट लगने के कारण हुई है। जो मृतक बच्चा था उसकी मदर के द्वारा एक रिटन कंप्लेंट पुलिस को फाइल की गई थी और उसके द्वारा अपनी कंप्लेंट में बताया गया था कि उसके पति का फोन महिला के ठेकेदार को प्राप्त हुआ था और उसके पति द्वारा बताया गया था कि बच्चे को चोटें लगी हैं, जिसके ऊपर बच्चे को फर्दर ट्रीटमेंट के लिए हॉस्पिटल एडमिट कराया गया था। इसमें महिला की स्टेटमेंट के ऊपर और जो पोस्टमार्टम रिपोर्ट्स की जो फाइंडिंग्स थी उनके ऊपर पुलिस के द्वारा एक्ट करते हुए बच्चे की
The Israeli military has ordered people to evacuate 3 ports in Yemen, Ras Isa, Hodeidah and Salif, after a ceasefire deal between the US and Houthis that excluded Israel. The warning comes 2 days after Israel intercepted a missile fired from Yemen. The first such incident since US President Donald Trump announced the ceasefire deal last week. Israel's defense minister Israel Katz vowed to defend itself against any threat, and this is the second evacuation warrant issued for Yemen within a week. On May 6, Israel warned people to evacuate Yemen's international airport in Sana'a before conducting strikes that it claimed fully disabled the facility. Despite the US-Houthi ceasefire, Houthi leaders have stated that they will continue attacking Israel in solidarity with Gaza. Indian cricket legend Virat Kohli has announced his retirement for Test cricket, bringing an end to a remarkable 14-year career. In an emotional Instagram post, Kohli reflected on his journey, saying, "It's been 14 years since I first wore the baggy blue in Test cricket." Kohli's retirement follows a prolific career spanning 111 matches, 8289 runs and 27 centuries. This is all for Nltv English Primetime. For more news and updates, keep watching Nagaland TV.